I wasn't even wearing a bra in my first video. Just a thrifted blouse and a pair of trembling hands. And I whispered a story about a girl who got her hair chopped off in the principal's office. The internet? It lost its mind. That's when I knew I wasn't the only one who loved watching control fall to the floor strand by strand. Snip, snip. You always ask, don't you? Rose, how did this all begin? Did you always want to be a barber? Was your first video real? Are you cutting someone's hair right now? God, you're nosy. But I like that. So, let me tell you about the night it all started. The night I became Haircut Story. No script. No plan. Just me, my scissors, a cheap mic, and a story I wasn't even sure I had the guts to tell. It was late, after midnight. My roommate had finally gone to bed. We shared a horrible little studio apartment with paper-thin walls, and I'd soundproofed the closet with old towels and pillows I wasn't supposed to cut up, but did anyway. I had this little USB mic I bought on eBay, and I'd watched at least 50 ASMR haircut videos trying to figure out how they did it. Some were whispery and sweet. Some were clinical. Some were obviously filmed by people who knew exactly what they were doing to us. But none of them were me. I didn't want to pretend I was a salon receptionist. I didn't want to fake friendliness. I didn't want to be gentle. I wanted to own it. I wanted to tell a story that made your scalp tingle and your stomach twist. One that made you feel what it's like to sit down in a chair and know deep in your bones that you're not leaving with the hair you walked in with. So I pressed record. "I'm so glad you came in," I whispered. That was my very first line. Not "hi." Not "welcome to my salon." Not "what would you like today?" No. "I'm so glad you came in." Because I was. In my head, you were already in the chair. Already draped. Already mine. I told the story of a girl, 16, maybe 17, who got caught chewing gum in class one too many times. Her teacher, a strict woman with short hair and colder eyes, decided that detention wasn't enough anymore. She needed a lesson in discipline, a lesson in shame, so she was sent to the office. Not for a write-up, not for a scolding, for a haircut. In the story, she protests. Of course she does. She says, "Please, it was just gum, I'll stay after school." But the principal just pats the chair. "You said you wanted a change," she says. And before the girl can argue again, the scissors are already in her hair, snipping away at the back, severing her ponytail in one clean, merciless motion. Snip. I let that pause hang in the video. Just silence. Just you and the imagined sound of something being taken from you. The video was rough. The lighting was awful. My voice trembled at times. And yet, the comments came in fast. And dirty. And grateful. People said they'd never heard anything like it. That it scratched an itch they didn't know they had. That it felt like confession. Some said it was too intense. Some said I needed help. Some begged for more. That night, I stayed up until dawn reading every single comment. Heart racing. Skin hot. Feeling like I'd just undressed in front of thousands of strangers and somehow it made them see me. Not as some shy girl playing with scissors, but as someone who had always known how sharp they could be. The name Haircut Story came easily. I didn't want it to sound like a salon. I wanted it to sound like a secret. A whisper passed from one mouth to another under the hum of clippers and breathless nerves. I started uploading weekly. Each story was different, but always the same shape: trust, control, transformation. There was the teacher who shaved her student's head after school to help with focus. The cheerleader who traded her long curls for a scholarship and didn't read the fine print. The barista who asked for a trim before her wedding and got a high and tight fade instead. Each video was a ritual. Candle, mic, script, scissors. Always scissors. People asked, "Do you actually cut hair?" At first I lied. Said I had training. Said I worked at a salon. But the truth was, I just knew. From the weight of the blades to the sound of hair hitting tile, it was all instinct. I learned to control my breathing. To pause just long enough after a sentence to make your neck tighten. I bought better scissors. Better mics. I started brushing my own hair on camera, slow, indulgent strokes that made you think I might turn those blades on myself any second. And sometimes I did. Just a lock. Just enough to hear the crunch. People lost their minds when I did that. One clip of me whispering, oops, after slicing a piece too high got over 1 million views in a week. The monetization came quickly. Then the sponsorships. Then the DM requests. Would you ever cut someone in real life? Can I be your next victim? I'll pay. Name the price. I didn't answer at first, but I kept every message, printed them out, pinned them to a corkboard above my desk. Every one was a confession. Every one proof that I wasn't alone. Do you know what it's like to find your tribe in a pile of hair? It's not just the sound of scissors. It's what they mean. Cutting is taking. Cutting is owning. Cutting is deciding for someone else who they're going to be. And sometimes that's exactly what they want. To let someone else decide. To give in. To say, yes, Rose. Take it. I trust you. Eventually, I decided to film myself with a mannequin. Full shears. Full buzz. Slow, sensual, ASMR style. Just to test the waters. It felt like performing surgery on a fantasy. Snip by snip, I sculpted her into something raw. Something stripped. Something seen. That video did more numbers than I ever expected. And the comments? Oh, you sweet, perverted little things. You said you imagined being in that chair. Imagined your breath hitching as I leaned in, the cold metal of scissors against your neck. Imagine the sound of your hair falling and the silence after. That silence always says more than I ever could. I never wanted to be a YouTuber. I wanted to be heard. And this? This was the first time anyone had ever listened without laughing or shaming or looking away. You let me be dark. You let me be too much. You let me cut. And in return, you gave me something I never thought I could have. Control. The kind that hums under the skin. The kind that sharpens with each view. The kind that says, more, please, again. And I'll give it to you. One story at a time. This was only the beginning. You haven't even seen what I do with clippers yet.